Let's talk about comparison and how comparison can really stop you from having a genuine good relationship with God, and how not only can it like mess up your mental health, but it can also stop you in your walk with God. So when you compare yourself to someone else, you're essentially saying to God that you don't believe in God's plan for you. How harsh as it sounds, it's kind of what you're saying. Okay, hear me out. I do it too. If you'd rather say universe than God, go for it. But I believe in God, so I'm gonna say God. The thing with comparison is that it leads to envy, and with envy you can want something so bad, and you may even copy someone, and hypothetically say you copied someone so much that you got exactly what they had. Like, say you copied them and you got their job, you got the same car as them, you got the same house as them. You need to understand that even if you do all of that, you've still missed out on what God really had in plan for you. I'm such a believer that every single person on earth has their own calling, and it's unique and it's individual to them. And I feel like you only know that calling when you spend time meditating with yourself, journaling, prayer. I should have said prayer first. Prayer is the first thing you should do. And just speaking to God and asking God, like, what is it that you're meant to do? I'm not saying that you've only got one calling, but I'm saying we have a specific, unique calling that we won't actually know what we're meant to do unless we spend time listening and talking to God. But when we're so full of comparison and looking at other people, what they're doing, we lose that completely, and we lose our authenticity, we lose our uniqueness, and most of all, we lose what God really has in plan for us. I just want to encourage anyone that if you're comparing yourself to somebody, look at them and say, wow, I love what God has done in your life, but I want to know what God is going to do in my life. And the thing is, we're all satiated by different things. Like, maybe for someone, having loads of money and owning really nice cars is their level of like joy and happiness. But maybe for someone else, it's having a house with a family, with like kids, whatever. And for somebody else, success may look like a journey of self-realization and building self-confidence. But I believe when you focus on yourself and you stop comparing yourself to other people and you think about what you really want and you focus on your own happiness and joy, that's when you get to have what God wants you to have. And I promise you, that thing will be the thing that satiates you completely. I look at someone and think, oh, look, they're so happy, they have loads of cars, that's what I need to do, so I'm going to do exactly that. But you don't know if that's going to make you happy. We don't know. Only God knows what's going to actually make us happy. So my point is, focus on yourself and focus on God. Focus on God's plan for you. Focus on your inner calling. Don't copy other people just because you think what they have is what you want, because you're comparing yourself to them. Like, you don't actually know that. Like, we think we know what makes us happy, but how many times have you begged for something and got it, and then you're just like, oh, like, was that really it? Because in your head you created such a big thing about what it was going to be, and then when you got it, it's just like, oh, cool. But God knows everything. God knows everything. God knows exactly what's going to make you happy, exactly what you actually need. So involve God in your life.